With the Titans making it to the AFC Championship game, there's been a lot of discussion about Ryan Tannehill and Adam Gase. Should we be upset about Ryan Tannehill's resurgence, or are we asking the wrong questions? Jets, Jets! Welcome to Jets Talk. My name's Ryan. I'll be your pilot today. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about Ryan Tannehill because his name has popped up all over the NFL landscape for the last 2 weeks, beating the Patriots and now beating the Ravens. So obviously he's been the talk of the town along with the Titans. And it's understandable for Jet fans to be frustrated with Ryan Tannehill, especially because Adam Gase coached him for the last 3 years in Miami. And when you look at how these players without Gase are performing, Jarvis Landry, Kenyon Drake, Ryan Tannehill, all these types of players, Devontae Parker, are playing better without Gase. When you look at Ryan Tannehill's career, it's easy to get upset with the yardage and the touchdown. From prior to Adam Gase, he had 3 seasons, nearly 4,000 yards, more touchdowns, things of that nature. And then you get Adam Gase, and you're not quite sure what you got out of it, especially now that he's doing well with the Titans. So let's look back at the Adam Gase era in Miami just to kind of get a rough idea of what happened. 2016, Adam Gase comes in. Ryan Tannehill starts the season 1-4, goes 6 touchdowns, 7 interceptions before Adam Gase decides to release 2 of his offensive linemen. From that point, Ryan Tannehill goes 7-1, 13 touchdowns to 5 interceptions before injuring himself in the Arizona game late in the season. Tannehill, of course, would not play anymore for that year. He comes back into camp in 2017, winds up tearing his ACL, misses the entire season. So now you're thinking he has missed an entire year and a half of football going into the 2018 season. So then we go into 2018, he winds up going 5 of 6, has another injury that sidelines him, and his time ultimately comes to an end in Miami. Tannehill only wound up playing in 24 of those 48 games in the 3 years that Gase was with Miami. So that's always kind of been the knock or the justification for why Adam Gase did not win more games in Miami. And that's fair. It's very tough to win with a backup quarterback. You don't win too many games if you have to rely on a backup quarterback. But, it's easy to get frustrated as a Jets fan when you see Ryan Tannehill start having all these great numbers in Tennessee. So now you're worrying like, is Sam Darnold going to regress under Adam Gase, and we could have gotten way more out of him. There's going to be arguments pro and con with this and everything, and I'm going to try and spin this the best way possible that I can. And I think people are starting to ask the wrong questions. I don't think you should be asking, hey, is Ryan Tannehill better off without Adam Gase? I think it's probably more of a question of, hey, did Ryan Tannehill improve under Adam Gase? That's really what we should be looking at, because if he's performing well right now, who's to say that wasn't because of the coaching and everything that went into the time that Adam Gase spent with him in Miami? So I dove into a little bit of the statistics going into this, and I wanted to see what the pre-Gase stats were, the Gase stats, and then the post-Gase stats. So what was Tannehill's career like during these 3 phases of his career? One thing right off the bat that I noticed, his attempts per game prior to Adam Gase getting there, 35 attempts per game for those 4 seasons prior. With Adam Gase, 27 attempts per game, so 8 less attempts per game under Adam Gase. And it looks like Vrabel and that Titans offense has kind of taken a page out of that book. He's only got 26 attempts per game in those games with the Titans. What does that tell us? Does it tell us that, maybe he's better at winning games when he's not throwing the ball a crazy ton? Maybe he does need to rely on his running back, someone like a Jay Ajayi or like a Derrick Henry. You look at his completion percentage prior to Adam Gase, 62%, with Adam Gase, 66%, and after Adam Gase, 68.5%. So obviously trending up. When you look at his quarterback rating prior to Adam Gase, 84.8, with Adam Gase, 93.1, and after Adam Gase, 117.5. So again, not the best of his career, obviously worse than the Titans, but he increased his quarterback rating. This is something that should be a good thing. We want to see this with Sam. If we could see this type of increase, we would be very happy in this. Next, I looked at the percentage of touchdowns he was able to get based on the attempts that he had. And prior to Adam Gase getting there, he scored on 3.9% of his attempts. With Adam Gase, 5.4%, and now with the Titans, 7.7%. So again, he's trending in the right direction. Even though it's not a career high with Gase, it's still, good to see this trending in that same direction. Then you go on to yards per game, and this was an area where, with less attempts, you're going to see less yardage. You're going to get 242 yards per game prior to Adam Gase, 207 yards with Adam Gase, and 204 yards with the Titans. My first thought with that was, okay, well, are we throwing the ball less or are we getting less yards per attempt? What's going on here? The yards per attempt were actually, it all, kind of increased as we went on. 6.88 prior to Gase, 7.2 with Gase, 10.8 after Gase. That's the yards per attempt. The yards per catch, so what was actually, caught, wound up being 11.15 prior to Gase, 11.35 with Gase, and then 13.6 after Gase. So again, same sort of thing. Ryan Tannehill did improve in this category, and he continues to improve. To go along with yards per attempt and yards per catch and that sort of thing, I wanted to do offensive yards per game because as a quarterback, you're going to have the running back there with you. You're going to have other ways to get yardage aside from just yourself. Prior to Adam Gase getting to Miami, 5.23 yards per play. With Adam Gase in Miami, 5.55 yards per play. And then with the Titans, he has 6.1 yards per play. So obviously different roster. You have a stronger defense, arguably a better offensive line. You have the rushing leader with Derrick Henry in your backfield. So there's a lot of aspects that go into this metric, but at least you can see he is leading a team in the right direction in terms of yards per play on an average basis. But one of the things that I wanted to really look at is his win percentage. Now, prior to Adam Gase getting to Miami, he had a 45% win percentage. With Adam Gase in Miami, he went up to a 54% win percentage, and now he's at a 75. I kind of touched on this before with the whole 1-4 start that Adam Gase had when he first got to Miami. And if you remove that 1-4 start and you kind of chalk that up to the Miami Dolphins learning a brand new offensive system, it's a new playbook. It's easy to understand why there could be some hiccups in the beginning of the season. If you were to remove that 1-4 start, you would actually have a 63% win percentage. So there's a lot more depth to this, I think, than just the surface stats. You guys can certainly argue that I cherry-picked some of these stats, and yes, they do show that he has improved. There are some stats that showed he didn't quite improve under Adam Gase. He had a few more interceptions per attempt under Adam Gase than he had, during any other point in his career. So there's issues, I guess, beyond what I'm going over right now. But I want to point out that there are positives to Adam Gase, and there are positives to Ryan Tannehill performing well with the Titans. There's hope that Sam Darnold is going to progress even further than he has already. Guys, let me know what you think of everything down below in the comments. And as always, go Jets.